Hello, everyone. I'm Tara Andrews, owner and CEO of Joyful Coaching, here with your 10-minute tutorial on how to write killer cover letters and irresistible resumes. What we're going to do today is take you from a place of exasperation, frustration, and desperation to a place where you are applying for jobs with confidence in knowing that you have put your best foot forward in your cover letter or resume and persuaded someone on the other end of the line to invite you in for an interview. Let's talk a little bit about the state of play. Currently, there are more than 50,000 job boards. These job boards make it easier for people to apply for more jobs and apply to a wider range of different kinds of jobs. As a result of all of this ease and simplicity, employers find themselves screening between 52 and 250 applicants per job announcement. To help them do that, more employers are using an ATS, an applicant tracking system. This is software that an employer can use, enter in certain words and phrases, and then scan the cover letter or resume to see if they see those words or phrases. If the ATS does not detect those words and phrases, it will kick the cover letter or the resume out before it even gets to a human. And even if your cover letter or resume makes it to the human review, studies show that employers and hiring specialists are spending an average of 6.5 seconds with each resume. That is not a lot of time. Therefore, the number one purpose of your cover letter and your resume is not to get the job. If you're thinking that far ahead, you're thinking too far ahead. The number one purpose of your cover letter and your resume is to get the interview. Get past the screening process to the point where you're talking to a human about your potential to join their organization. And your success begins before you even write a word. There are three things that you have to do when you're submitting your application. One, you have to take on the right mindset. You have to be clear, you have to be confident, and you have to be conscious or present. If you don't know why you're applying for this job, if you're not confident about your ability to do the job, and if you're distracted by something else that's going on, it's going to show up in your writing and in your presentation. Secondly, you want to research the organization, and you want to be very familiar with the history, mission, brand, culture, and even hierarchy of the organization. Most applicants wait until the interview stage to do this. You also want to research the job. Read the job description very carefully. See if you can discern from their website or other information available who your direct report may be, what's going to be the work culture of the organization, and what are the performance measures? What are the deliverables? How will your success be evaluated? Again, most people wait until the interview stage to do steps 2 and 3. But if you wait until the interview stage, in my opinion, you've waited too long. Why? Because if I do this research up front, then when I'm crafting my cover letter and my resume, I can speak their language, the language of the employer. I can use terms and phrases and speak the concepts and objectives that I've seen during my research so that when they read my cover letter and my resume, they see and hear themselves, which will motivate them to reach out to me and invite a conversation. So let's go to cover letters. What exactly is a cover letter? A cover letter is a personal marketing tool that leaves the employer wanting to know more. More about what? More about you and the potential value you can add to their organization. You know that you have achieved a killer cover letter when, at the end of scanning your cover letter, the employer says, we have to talk to this person. We don't know if they're the person that's right for the job, but we have to talk to them to learn more. So I just want to go briefly over 3. There's more than 3. but 3 of what I would consider the top killer cover letter components. Number 1, you have to speak the language of impact. Briefly and clearly explain who you are first. I am an attorney with 12 years experience in progressive leadership positions with state and national nonprofit organizations. That is the sentence that I would use to open my cover letter. Secondly, you want to sincerely articulate your interest in the job. After reading the job announcement, I believe that this position would let me maximize my skills and experience gathered to date and continue to have a positive impact on vulnerable kids and families locally and around the nation. Now they know why I'm applying for the job. Third, you want to explain your value add. What will the organization get if they hire you? Too often, applicants dive right into me and I. I do this, I did that, I accomplished this, I know how to do this. Wonderful. What does any of that mean for the employer? Don't make them read between the lines. Be very specific about what the employer gets if they hire you. For instance, when I applied for an adjunct teaching position with a local community college, I said, in addition, my skills as an organizer, coalition builder, and nonprofit manager would serve your students well with regards to helping them assess the behaviors and roles of public and private actors in public safety, evaluate legal, political, and economic landscapes, and identify opportunities and barriers to policy reform and implementation. In other words, if you hire me, then your students get this. And that is going to help them be successful in their major or in their academic studies. Resumes. What is a resume? So a resume is a personal marketing tool, too, that summarizes and demonstrates your qualifications, skills, and accomplishments. 3 irresistible resume components. 1, ditch the objective. Replace it with a profile or a summary. Again, the profile is going to be who you are. It may even mirror that line in your cover letter. Attorney with 12 years experience, progressive leadership in local and national nonprofit organizations. Say that right off the top. I want to follow that up with a summary of my relevant and distinctive skills. I can put this in paragraph form or I can put it in bulleted form. But I want to do it right up front. I don't want the employer to have to get into the details of my job experience to know exactly what are my key, top, most relevant and distinctive skills. And I use the word relevant and distinctive. Again, you want to use the job description, use the words they use in the job description, but you also want to point to those skills that not everybody has. Look, if you went to law school, you have legal and research skills. Everybody has legal and research skills who went to law school. So don't list that as a skill. Now, if you were also a peer reviewer for a law journal, okay, now that's different. That's a different level of legal research and a different level of legal analysis. That's the kind of information you want to include in the skills section. Finally, you want to tell what you accomplished, not just what you did. Don't tell me that you're a fundraiser. Don't tell me that you've written grant applications to federal and state agencies as well as private foundations. Tell me instead that over the course of 3 years, you submitted 40 grant applications with an 87% success rate, resulting in $2.3 million in renewed and new funding for programs that served more than 400 families across the state. I know, not only do I know that you can write grants, I know that you are a heck of a grant writer. See, because you told me what you accomplished, not just what you did. So what are your next steps? Go to your own cover letter or resume and see, are those 3 killer components for your cover letter and your resume there? If not, you have some homework to do. Go back and revise them. If you would like some help, I have a special offer for you. I'm calling it your 2014 Career Power Pack. I I will sit down with you for a 60-minute one-to-one consultation where I will grill and drill you on all of your work experience, because I'm looking for those golden nuggets that you're not bringing out, and I want to bring them out of you. I'll take that information. I'm going to pour it into a customizable killer cover letter, as well as a customizable irresistible resume. And as a bonus, I'm going to take that information and also help you optimize your LinkedIn profile, because increasingly employers are not waiting for you to submit an application. They're going on LinkedIn looking for you. And so you want to make sure your LinkedIn profile gets their attention. Typically, 60 minutes with me by itself would cost $100. But as a New Year's offer, you'll get all of this for just $97. And this offer is good through December 20th, 2013. If you're interested in taking me up on that offer, simply contact me at info@joyfulcoaching.com and put 2014 Career Power Pack in the subject line. Regardless of what you do next, I hope that you have found value in this tutorial, and I welcome the opportunity to work with you to make sure that you are, in fact, landing that interview so that you can get that job. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a good holiday.